When it comes to binary trees, there are so many things that you can explore about this data structure itself, right? What is the height of the binary tree? How many levels there in a binary tree? What is the deepest node that you can find in a binary tree? And similarly, you could also be asked a question, what is the minimum depth of a node in a binary tree? Now, this minimum depth is nothing but a node which is at the topmost level and it does not have any children. So you can see that it is a combination of two or more sub-problems that you might have already solved. So how can you go about finding the minimum depth of a binary tree? Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. First, I will explain you the problem statement and we will look at some sample test cases. Next, we will try to approach this problem in a brute force way and see what limitations you might encounter. Going forward, we are going to see how the level order traversal technique can help us to reach to an optimal solution. And then, as always, we will also do a dry run of the code so that you can understand and visualize how all of this is actually working in action. Without further ado, let's get started. Let us try to make sure that we are understanding the problem statement correctly. In this problem, you are given a binary tree and you have to find its minimum depth, right? Well, pretty straightforward. But the question arises, what do you actually mean by a minimum depth? So, to understand it, first of all, we need to know what is the depth of each node in a binary tree. To calculate those depths, all we need to do is we have to determine the level of each node. So, for example, in our first test case, we have a tree and we can define each of these levels. So what we can say is the node 5 is at level 0, node 4 and 8 are at level 1, node 11, 13 and 4 are at level 2, then 7 and 1 are at level 3 and the last node is at level 4. Correct? And the minimum depth of a binary tree is given by the leaf node which is at the minimum level. So now just try to see, okay, which are the leaf nodes? This is one leaf node, this is one leaf node, and this 13 is one leaf node, right? Because they have no children. Look at each of their levels. You have level 2, level 3, and level 4. Which of them is the least level? You can see that node 13, this is at the least level, and that is 2. And this 2 will be your answer. This will be your minimum depth of the binary tree, right? Similarly, let us look at a second test case. In this test case, the root node 5 is at level 0 and the nodes 6 and 7 are at level 1. In this particular test case, you can see that 6 and 7, both of them are leaf nodes and both of them are at level 1. You don't have any other leaf nodes. So in this particular scenario, 1 will be your answer and this is the minimum depth. So basically, if you were just unable to approach this problem because you didn't understand what is the minimum depth, well, now you know. So feel free to try the problem once again on your own. Otherwise, let us dive into the solution. A good developer always tries to come up with a brute force solution first, because a brute force solution can guarantee you if a solution to a problem exists. So let us say I have this sample binary tree in front of me, and once again I ask you, okay, what is the minimum depth? So the first approach that comes to your mind is, okay, what if I can determine the level of each of the node in this binary tree and I will just look at all the leaf nodes. And the minimum level is the answer, right? So what I will do is I will try to traverse this tree and I will find out all my leaf nodes. I have 1, I have 13 and I have a 9. I only have 3 leaf nodes. So what I'm gonna do is I will start from the root and try to traverse this tree all the way to all of these leaf nodes, correct? And what I'm going to do is I will try to map all of them. So I have 3 leaf nodes, 1, 13 and 9. And then for each of these nodes, I can calculate their depths or levels. So I know that node 1 is at level 4, node 13 is at level 2 and node 9 is at level 3, right? Once you are done with your table, all you need to do is just look at the minimum depth and this will be your answer, right? And this approach is perfectly fine. It will give you a correct answer every time. But do you see the problem with this approach? The only problem with this approach is, what if you have so many leaf nodes? What if you have a big tree and there are multiple leaf nodes scattered at the bottom? Let us say you have a tree like this. In such a scenario, what will you do? Will you look at all of the leaf nodes? You can see that there are so many leaf nodes. But in fact, this will be your answer, right? Because it is at the minimum depth. So you basically don't even need to traverse all the bottom leaf nodes, right? So there must be some efficient way how you can approach this problem. Okay, so once again I have this tree in front of me, right? And this time we will try to find an efficient solution to the problem. But what should be the thought process behind it? You know that if your leaf nodes are at the very bottom or wherever they are, you know that you have to reach them eventually, right? In your worst case. But you can try to make your life easier, right? You know that a tree will be the thinnest at the top. That means at level 0, there will be always one node. At level 1, there can be a maximum of 2 nodes, right? At level 2, there can be a maximum of 4 nodes, right? So as you are going down, you know that the number of nodes at each level will keep on increasing. So to find an efficient solution, what we can do is we can start from the beginning and then go level by level, right? Because we know that as we move down, our complexity will increase, our number of nodes will increase. But if we are going level by level, think about it. As soon as we reach some node that does not have any child nodes, that will already be a leaf node, right? So in this particular test case, what I do is I start traversing this binary tree in a level order traversal technique. So I take my first level and I get a 5, right? But I do not get any node that does not have any children. Next, I will move on to my second level. I get the nodes 4 and 8. So I get a node 4. I check, does it have any children? Yes. So it cannot be a leaf node. What is the next node I get? I get 8. Does it have children? Yes. So this also cannot be a leaf node. Move ahead now. Go to level 3. This time you get more nodes. The first node you get is 11. You see, does it have children? Yes. So this is not a leaf node. What is the next node you get? The next node you get is 13, right? And just look at its children. This node does not have any children, right? That means it is a leaf node. And that's it. That's where you stop. You don't have to proceed any further. You do not need to worry how long your tree is afterwards, right? Because now you have found the leaf node and this is your minimum depth. So you just need to determine, okay, at which level did you find this node? You found this node at level 2, right? And hence this will be your answer. Pretty fast forward, right? Now let us quickly do a dry run of the code to see how it works in action. On the left side of your screen, you have the actual code to implement this solution. And on the right, I have a binary tree with me whose root is passed in as an input parameter to the function min_depth, right? Oh, and by the way, this complete code and its test cases are also available in my GitHub profile. You can find the link in the description below. So moving on with a dry run. In this code, what we basically do is we perform a level order traversal on this binary tree, right? You have to go level by level. So I'm not going to go into the details of how a level order traversal technique works. You can check my video that will explain it a lot better. In this code, I just wanted to focus on the additional condition that you will have to add. Remember how you take each node at a time, right? So you just add a condition that if you are picking up a node from your queue and if that node does not have a right child or a left child, that means that it is the leaf node, correct? And that is where you have to stop because you keep on iterating and as soon as you get a node that does not have any children, this is your depth. Whatever level you are at, just return it and that will be your answer, correct? And that's pretty much the core idea how you can go about solving this problem. You just have to understand how the level order traversal technique is working because you just go level by level and as soon as you reach a node that does not have any children, just stop. That is your depth. So based upon the same idea, the time complexity of this solution is order of n because there could be a worst case that you have to travel through all the nodes and the space complexity of this solution is also order of n because you have to maintain that queue to perform a level order traversal. I hope I was able to simplify the problem and its solution for you. As per my final thoughts, I just want to say that, okay, when you see a tree data structure, and this tree data structure could be huge, right? So never get panicked by it. Don't think, okay, how I'm gonna approach this problem. The trick is to go step by step. And a level order traversal technique allows you to actually do that. Because now you know that, okay, I am encountering first level, then the second level, and then the third level. So it gives you some kind of a discipline how you can go about iterating through your entire tree, right? So once you have found out that, okay, what do you want to actually do? You want to find a node that is at the topmost level and it does not have any children, right? Then it becomes very, very obvious. Okay, just keep applying the level order traversal technique until you find a node that does not have any children, right? And that will be your answer. Because you don't have to worry about what is at the remaining tree, right? And hence, I always emphasize that a level order traversal technique can really save your day. So, while going through this problem, did you face any problems in my explanation, in the dry run of the code, anything? Tell me everything in the comment section below and I would love to discuss all of them with you. You would be also glad to know that a text-based explanation to this problem is available on the website studyalgorithms.com. You can find the link in the description below. As a reminder, if you found this video helpful, please do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This motivates me to make more and more such videos where I can simplify programming for you. Also let me know what problems do you want me to solve next. Until then, see ya!